Hey everybody, grand rising, good afternoon, and good evening. Baby, when I tell you this situation has turned into a roller coaster, this Krishan versus James Wright Chanel situation has become absolutely, utterly ridiculous. I want people to take the celebrity out of the situation, if you can, and treat this like something that you would see on court TV. Be as objective as you possibly can, and really consider everything that you hear, because there's smoke and mirrors all around this whole entire situation. James wasn't the first person that came out. LaTroy was. LaTroy told us that James' nose was leaking like a fountain. It wouldn't stop. He had to go to the hospital. It wouldn't stop bleeding. When I first heard that, I said, that sounds like his nose was broken, because that's usually what happens when your nose is broken. Shortly after that, James comes forward and he does a live, but he never shows his face. And what was so peculiar to me about the live, it's not that he went live, it's that I noticed that there was no difference in the pitch and tonality of his speaking voice. And then he started to sing, and he was laughing, and he was asking for cash apps. And I was floored because, you know, part of who I am offline, I've worked in the medical field, and I've been a musician ever since I was a toddler. I've been in music my whole life. So for me, you know, to put that together, I said, now, I already thought that something wasn't clean in the milk, because we're not getting all parts of this story. There's pieces left out everywhere. Everybody who has spoken on this story has a totally different, account of events, which is completely outlandish. I mean, stories can differ a little, but everybody's story has drastically differed. So today, I'm chilling, cleaning the house, whatnot. I got YouTube on, and there was a YouTube. It was like a short. It was probably around 3 minutes, and James Wright Chanel was in a live at a karaoke bar singing karaoke. The very next evening, nose wasn't packed, face wasn't swollen, tooth wasn't chipped. And I was trying to look for the timestamp, because I'm like, wait a minute, is this recent, right? And then there were people in the comments that said that not only was he out singing karaoke the very next day at a friend's get-together at a bar, he was spotted out at a restaurant having dinner, eating, and people saw that visibly. He didn't look to be injured to them. So I said, you know what? I'm going to tap into this, because when I say truth is stranger than fiction, this case definitely is one of those things to where truth by far is going to be stranger than fiction. So thank you, whoever listened through that commentary. The reading is going to start right now at the 5-minute mark. If somebody like to timestamp this for everybody else watching, feel free. I greatly appreciate you. Let's tap into James Wright Chanel. James Wright Chanel, what was the energy around Tamar's show when you and Krishan got into it? Or allegedly got into it. Ace of Wands. Okay. Ace of Wands is aggressive. This is like forward movement and expansion. This is full steam ahead. This was trying to push through a situation. Bottom of the deck. 8 of Pentacles. So this referred to, you know, pushing through a situation that had to do with work or working. Six of Pentacles. Second card to hit the table. This is to receive a large amount of money for unearned income, like hitting the lottery, lawsuit, someone, you know, giving you money. So this is telling me that he wants to go full steam ahead with a lawsuit against her. And he's considering being very aggressive about taking this action. How is this going to turn out, allegedly, if he is to sue Krishan? Three of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. Hold on. So he's looking at this as his ships coming in, a blessing, an opportunity coming through. It's going to be a large windfall. He has hope, and he's looking at this will help him to level up in his star power. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like Throwback Thursday energy. This is dealing with people, places, and things or energy from the past. So what that tells me is he's had efforts, he has efforts to do things like this, possibly, allegedly, in the past. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, that is working and collaborating on a certain situation. Only thing that I can come to mind with him possibly doing something like this in the past, he tried to sue Patti LaBelle for being influential in the sales of the Patty's Pie because he went viral. And he wasn't able to sue Patty, so he sued Walmart. And that didn't turn out well for him. He didn't get anything. I want to say that was 2015, 2014, 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Nine of Pentacles, independent woman, Page of Swords. So independent woman and Page of Swords. This is watching someone, literally watching them like a hawk, keeping an eye on someone, spilling the tea on somebody behind the scenes, possibly talking to industry insiders. So he's working allegedly on digging up information, digging up dirt on Krishan to use if he is to take her to court. What is this? The Star, Ace of Wands and the Star. Forward movement and expansion, and he has hope, a strong hope in doing so. Eight of Pentacles over the situation that happened while working. Temperance. So You know, Temperance falling under the Six of Pentacles is telling me that this is going to bring balance through a new beginning, through a windfall. This is what it's looking like he's expecting, allegedly. Three of Cups. I keep getting these collaboration cards with him, and it's always three. It's always a Trinity energy. Like that in the Lovers. It's the weirdest thing. In the last reading, the Lovers kept popping out. Ten of Pentacles. I told you. The Three of Wands. Ten of Pentacles falls under the Three of Wands. That's like ultimate abundance. Outside of the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles will be the only card that will be as high as the Ten of Pentacles. High Priestess. So what's being done in secret? What is the secret with this? Because a High Priestess is the one who pretty much knows where the bones are buried. She's the secret holder. The Empress and the Magician. So when you see the Empress and the Magician, that's like bringing things to fruition and manifesting through some interesting means, possibly underhanded possible ways of bringing things into fruition. Everything goes back to work. Eight of Pentacles. High Priestess came out under the Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman. I keep telling y'all, there's secrets that run very, very deep around this whole situation. And there's secrets attached to the independent woman in this situation. The independent woman, the abundant woman, would be Krishan. What are the secrets? Because y'all just saw this, the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Once again, partying, collaboration. If I see the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups, I know that has to do with partying and turning up, libations of some sort. Wheel of Fortune falling under the Ace of Wands and the Star. So the plan is to take her to court and get that big bag. Nine of Swords and the Emperor. Okay. So why is there high anxiety for this aggressive? Because it's like there's something about his personality type that's aggressive and controlling. But it's kind of interesting that as far as him having this strong energy on, I'ma sue, I'ma do this, I'ma do that, I'ma get you for everything you got, I'ma take all your money, there's a high anxiety. What is this high anxiety? Why is he anxious? Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is coming forward with an offer. What would the offer possibly be? Y'all, when I tell you, this is one of the weirdest situations that I've ever seen. And I really feel like this deck is the right energy for it, because it gives off the vibe of like Sin City type energy. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Cups coming forward with an offer. What is this offer? Eight of Wands. Three of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. So this was supposed to be like in and out. Something is supposed to happen swiftly, like out of nowhere. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is not just a card of love, it's a card of abundance. And it's either he wants to sue and swiftly come down on her with the hand of the law, or he expects that he was supposed to be able to come in very swiftly, aggressively, and grab whatever he needed to grab through the law. The Chariot, Nine of Pentacles with the High Priestess, which is secrets around the independent woman in the Chariot. So it's like Chariot is forward movement. That's also a vehicle, somebody leaving. So it's even secrets around Christian leaving and how she left. Ten of Wands, strength. That's having the weight of the world on your back and trying to hold it together. Y'all, it's all types of things that need to come out on this story that are far from the surface. And if this does go to court, I guarantee you certain things are going to be sequestered through deposition that could turn out in a very negative way if people don't play their cards right. Five of Wands, fighting. Okay, this is a card of physicality. That's fallen under the Ace of Wands, the Star. Hold on. Because I need to spread these out. Because I really need to see everything as I go. Because there's so much trickery in this whole situation. Y'all wouldn't believe it. I wish I could speak a little more freely. But because this is for YouTube, I got to be careful about how I say certain things. But I'm still going to get to the point, y'all. Alrighty. So Five of Wands. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Wands. So this is forward movement with hope of receiving a large lump sum or a large come up through a fight. Y'all, allegedly, and this is a strong allegedly, it's starting to look more and more like someone knowing that you have issues with anger and they used it against you, hoping that you wouldn't be able to control yourself so that they could use it against you. Now, I can't prove this, but this feels and looks like the energy of an instigator and an agitator with a plan and a purpose. And I want to be careful how I say this. Like I said, this looks this way allegedly. And see, this is where I said that Christian has things that she needs to work on. When people know that you're good for something, they will bait you into certain situations knowing that you're good for it, because who's going to believe that you didn't do it because you pop off and you do things like this anyway, allegedly. But I will say this. Outside of Blueface, Christian, from the things that I've seen, and you feel free to correct me down below, she's been hesitant when it comes to fighting men, or even when she got into it with a transgender. She looked at it as, you know, why are you trying to fight me? You're not like me. So like I said, y'all, this is a web that is very well weaved, okay? And every day a piece is going to unravel on both sides. Five of Swords was trying to pop out. So that's disagreements, possibly arguing. Four of Swords tried to pop out. Something was supposed to be put to rest. Three of Swords, heartbreak. So why is this heartbreak? Because this is falling under the balance through a new beginning that's going to bring you a windfall, that's going to give you a new lease on life. Like I said, moon energy, secrets. There's heartbreak here. Why is there heartbreak for James when it comes towards receiving a large amount of money? Seven of Cups, Two of Wands. So this is like considering your options because a choice needed to be made. Also, Seven of Cups represents partaking in libations, turning up, getting buzzed, getting lit, right? So when you look at the Three of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands, this is saying that the opportunity came through for this unfortunate situation to bankroll someone due to being inebriated, and a choice was made through someone being inebriated. Rock, this is why I said you gotta work on getting sober. You got to work on sobering up. Bottom of the deck is Nine of Cups. It was a wish fulfillment. I gotta be very careful where I go with this from here on out. Baby, this is a nasty piece of work. It's so many secrets. Eight of Swords. So here we go. Six of Cups, Empress, and a Magician. So this was, you know, supposed to manifest someone being bound. There's also the card of being locked up. So somebody from the past that is attached to all parties, somebody that we're not seeing, an unseen hand, okay? Somebody who has been in the fold for a very long time. We're talking about years here. Somebody who's attached to everybody that's involved in this situation, this unseen hand, was trying to manifest putting people in a situation that would strip Krishan of her money and have her locked up. Six of Wands is forward movement towards victory. The next row is the Nine of Pentacles, which is the independent woman. The High Priestess, which is, like I said, the bearer of all secrets. And the Chariot, forward movement or the vehicle to do so. This was a wish fulfillment. So what I want to know is, does James know anything about this? Or was he oblivious and just a floating individual, like just a moving part? He was just like a possible pawn as well. James, do you know anything about this past person who's trying to orchestrate hurdles and problems and issues through things that Krishan already has problems with? Two of Pentacles. That's a card of juggling. Eight of Pentacles, work. So, Two of Pentacles is like being on the fence about a situation. But see, being that it falls under the Ace of Wands, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Wands, he's now on the fence because he has to consider how all of this is going to work out and how he's going to be able to still go out and work. But this is King of Pentacles. This is an older man who is involved in this. Y'all, this whole situation never ceased to amaze me, okay? Older man, hand that's not seen, okay? Established person in the industry, hand that's not seen, possibly, allegedly, gave incentives to cause this type of situation when it comes down to arguing and conflict. The Moon. I keep telling y'all, it's so many secrets. It's webs weaved all across this situation. We're only getting 20% of the story, I promise you. It's not what people are telling us, it's what people aren't telling us. And that's, you know, everybody involved, okay? Not taking a side with anybody. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. King of Swords, okay? Page of Pentacles, King of Cups. So, King of Swords will be like a general. This is also an air sign. This is someone who gives orders. This person gave an order about new directions and new things that were supposed to be done as far as this event and business to a King of Cups. King of Cups is a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, James is a Scorpio. Someone instructed James to go and have, you know, this conversation, or to go and engage in some type of way in this situation. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. So it was a leap of faith. Like, I'll put it like this. If it's well known that a certain person doesn't like a certain person, it would already be inflammatory for that person to be in that position to berate or speak to this person in a certain type of way. So it wouldn't look good if the person who's known for not caring for that person approaches them. So instead of you doing it, you send someone on your behalf, you know, if that makes sense to everybody. Follow along with me. Queen of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Sun. So, Queen of Pentacles, established woman, okay? Possibly older in age, or just someone who is wise and abundant. Being attached to some very negative and toxic, chaotic energy. But something was illuminated here. And that makes me think about when Krishan said that some, you know, some demonic things, some devilish things that happened backstage. Something was illuminated to her during this moment, during this time where things had become a little aggressive. Let's see, what was illuminated? I may have to get another deck for clarification. Okay, so you got the full Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody feeling like people are playing in their face. Y'all took liberties to take a chance to play with her in some type of way. And that makes sense to a certain extent because remember, she said that she was supposed to go on. She was supposed to perform. They're saying that she wasn't where she was supposed to be to perform. Even with that, that's a half-truth. It wouldn't have been that hard to find her because this was a smaller venue. Now, this is such a twisted situation because you have to either have time to watch all the lives or had been privy to watching the lives throughout the duration of that day to catch on to some of this stuff. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, and this is just a hypothesis, guys. Now, when she was in the dressing room with Tamar, when they were twerking and doing whatever they were doing, and Tamar, you know, they had the red cups, and she was like, take a shot with me, and they were turning up. And Tamar said to her, well, it would be cute. It'd be nice if, you know, we play a song, it's a vibe, and you come out and twerk to it. Which in itself is a form of a performance. Krishan told her, okay, well, let me get my manager to handle that. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that the time that Krishan could have gone out possibly could have been that intermission while Tamar had her backstage turning up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you see the playback of that evening, you have James engaging the crowd where they're playing It Ain't No Fun. And he's engaging the audience and he's, you know, rapping along with the song. And it kind of threw me to see that because everybody was talking about, oh, well, this was such a classy show. And they were upset because Krishan came out, you know, and she cussed and she just completely threw off the energy of the room. And it's like, how could she have thrown off the energy of the room if y'all rap it to It Ain't No Fun, if, you know, if the homies can't have none? Also, she came out with a mic and her DJ was cueing her music. So it seems a bit much to let somebody do these many steps just to say, oh, it was a misunderstanding. You weren't supposed to perform. I'm not going to let your DJ go and talk to the DJ that's over my set if you're not supposed to perform. That would be nipped in the bud right there immediately. I'm not giving you a microphone if you're not coming out to perform. She could have simply just had Krishan sit in the audience and, serenade her, and they have fun in the audience, similar to how Usher does. So now you see what I said about the webs that were weaved all across this. It really feels like they wanted to get Krishan to turn up, saucer up a bit, and see if she would soften up to the idea of possibly performing for free. But she was business-minded, and she wanted to involve her manager. Involving managers means you involve paperwork, possible payment. That's just a hypothesis, guys. So now that we've gotten through here, let's go off into the energy in the dressing room. Six of Swords. Forward movement towards victory. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is cutting off all ties and contacts with somebody. So this feels like before things escalated and got out of hand the way that they did, or the way that we were, told through the rumor mill, somehow, some way, Krishan was already cut off and isolated from the group. And this was made very apparent because Two of Swords is, a permanent cutoff card. So it feels like, the energy became icy. And it became obvious. But how did it become obvious? Four of Pentacles, okay? Four of Pentacles is like a card of financial stability and also stubbornness. So that explains it. The winds of change and attitudes and things switched up when Krishan decided that she wanted to actually get her manager involved and do business. And then you got Justice, okay? So that allegedly is when noses started flaring, things got, a little turned up, people start feeling a certain way. Allegedly was when Krishan wanted to keep this business. What'd I tell y'all? Two of Swords. The energy changed. It all shifted. Everything went downhill energetically. And this is under the moon. So this is the secret of what changed the energy for Krishan and this third party energy. She wanted to get her manager involved and keep it business. Somebody became upset because they did not feel like she should have been involved. They didn't feel like she should have been paid. They didn't even feel like she should have been there. But at the end of the day, it wasn't their call to run. It wasn't their point to play, because the actual entertainer whose show it was the one who invited her out. She didn't just pop up and, run up on the stage like Roxanne Shante. She was invited multiple times, over and over and over and over again, until she came. but somebody felt like she didn't deserve to be in the room. So I know good and damn well you don't feel like you deserve to get paid. Wow. Three of Cups. This is third-party energy collaborating, falling under this King of Cups. So James, it's looking like, allegedly, you decided to be messy and play a game of telephone and go on in that room to get the tea for the person who sent you in there, and being messy didn't quite work out well for you. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a messenger coming in swiftly to collect messages and carry messages. So you were the dog that brought a bone to give a bone, to take a bone back. This ain't looking so innocent as a bystander. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Yeah. Five of Pentacles is, it didn't pay off for you to go back and forth, collecting information and going back with the information. You hit a hiccup. You hit a speed bump named Krishan. This was one time being messy, ended up not working out so well for you. And it just happened to happen while you were at work. So I'm going to switch decks. I'm not going to stay in this energy too much longer. Interesting enough, you were trying to play secret agent. You were running in to get the tea, to get information, allegedly, so that you could run back and tell somebody what was going on. You could be involved in whatever was going on. I know everybody likes to know what decks I'm using. I got this from the Basset Tarot shop on Etsy. And it's called the Silver Miracle Deck. So, hold on. Hopefully the lights aren't blaring too much. You guys can see this. She makes really good tarot decks over there at the Basset shop. Basset Tarot shop. Let me say the whole name. This deck is the Diablo deck. Diablo, the Sanctuary deck. Figure I might as well use this because the devil sure enough came to play in this situation. It's going to be a little hard shuffling these, y'all. Y'all see how big these are. So, show me the energy between James and the person who sent him to play telephone. I'm going to have to do this another way. I need my long nails back. Hold on. Okay. There we go. The World. Okay? This is consequences for your action. This is a whole cycle coming to an end. Because of this situation at work. With the independent woman, Nine of Pentacles, who is supposed to be the jackpot. When this is all done, in the strangest way, somebody involved who was using this as a way to creatively collect more income is going to have to apologize. And this falls under a Tower, Knight of Pentacles. This is money moving slow. And Queen of Pentacles falling under the independent woman, Nine of Pentacles. Y'all, Tower. Okay, you see this? Tower falls under the Ten of Pentacles. Remember, it was hope that this was going to work out for a lawsuit. This was going to end up bringing a bigger bag. This was going to end up being, you know, a payout through pain and suffering. It's looking like this isn't going to work out the way that he planned and intended. And sadly, it's because people went on the internet and talked too much. Every last person in Tamar's camp had a different account of what happened. We found out LaTroy wasn't even in the room, even though he gave us the first account. And then people found out that he has been saying negative, disparaging things for over a year about Krishan. Tamar wouldn't speak for a while. And then she spoke and she named Krishan, but she wouldn't say any details about what led up to what possibly happened. James went live and he started singing and laughing and asking for cash apps and talking about, you know, God and knowing that he was covered, which was kind of odd. And people started to comment that they were seeing him out places the night afterwards and he didn't appear to be hurt. The other tour manager, please forgive me, I don't remember his name, the dark-skinned gentleman. This was the one who actually was professional. He didn't take any shots at Krishan. He gave more of a clear story that had an outline with details to what happened. So he kind of, this is where the 20% that I'm talking about that we know. He gave more of a constructed timeline and details for how things happen in the room, but there's still things left out. And then Krishan saying that she didn't hit him at all, which, I mean, hell, being on probation, I wouldn't want to say I hit nobody at all either. So, like I said, y'all, it's so many moving pieces in this situation to where it may have to go to deposition to fully get the truth on what happened in this whole situation. But from what I can see, this is not going to pay out the way James expected it to. It's starting to look like this is going to end up similar to how it ended between him and Walmart for the patty pies. But energy is subjective. We'll just have to wait around and see. I thank you, everybody who stuck through this reading and you've been, you know, clicking on, watching, and supporting me. I thank you very, very much. I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out here. And I'm going to go ahead and tap into Tamar's energy now that she's spoken out with the whole Justice for James thing. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. And like I said, stay tuned, y'all. It's so many moving pieces and missing pieces in this story. It's ridiculous. But slowly but surely, this jigsaw puzzle will eventually be put together. But do not be surprised if it takes up to 6 months to a year. Because like I said, if it goes to court, things have to be sequestered and we'll know more. We'll pretty much get the full story, the real tea, through deposition. Whew, y'all. This whole situation is exhausting. This is the most ghetto game of Clue I've ever seen, and I can't tell you when. Have a great night, everybody. This reading is